Is it not true that the teachings of the Gospels can only be received in terms of faith, and that the Son of God is constantly looking for signs of faith in people? That is, faith in their own imagination? Is not the promise, believe that ye receive, and ye shall receive, the same as imagine that you are, and you shall be? Was it not an imaginary state in which Moses endured as seeing him who is invisible? Let's go deep. Is it not true that the teachings of the Gospels can only be received in terms of faith? Here Neville is saying that the real teachings of Christ, so the real teachings of the Gospels, are not about logical reasoning. You cannot prove them through logic or through external evidence. You must receive them through faith. Faith in things unseen, faith in what is imagined, not yet made visible. So when we have faith, we believe in what we have imagined, in our inner movements and inner experience, and then we have faith that this was real. It's not about believing facts, it's about trusting in the power of imagination itself as the creative power. Neville said that he trusts imagination implicitly. And that's a beautiful thing to have. And continuing, that the Son of God is constantly looking for signs of faith in people, that is, faith in their own imagination. So the Son of God is Christ within you, or your awakened imagination, is always looking for signs. Do you believe in your inner world more than you believe in outer facts? When you persistently imagine yourself as already fulfilled, even when the outside looks the opposite, when you trust your invisible assumptions more than the visible evidence, then you show faith. The Son of God, so your creative imagination, looks for faith in imagination, not faith in circumstances. Faith in our imagination, not in the circumstances. Is it not the promise, believe that ye receive and ye shall receive from Mark, the same as imagine that you are and you shall be? And Neville would say yes. The gospel promise is not asking you to hope after you get it. It's asking you to believe you have received it already now, before there is any evidence, and then it must appear. This is exactly what Neville means by imagination. Imagine it is already true, feel it real, live from the end, and it will harden into fact. So believing you have received and imagining you are the same act. Was it not an imaginary state in which Moses endured as seeing him who is invisible? Yes, Moses, the symbol of faith and leadership in Scripture, acted and endured as if he saw the invisible God. He didn't see God physically, he imagined God's presence. He walked forward guided by faith in the unseen. Moses' story is an allegory for the inner life, living it with unwavering faith in what you do not yet see. In other words, Moses is you when you dare to trust your vision, your imagination, your unseen assumptions. Moses is faith personified. So, the key idea is the gospel teachings require faith. You must trust your inner unseen assumptions, not external facts. The Son of God looks for faith. Your imagination wants you to trust it, act from it, believe it. Believe ye receive equals imagine you are. Both mean living as if it's already done inside. Moses' endurance. Moses symbolizes living by seeing with the inner eye, not the outer eyes. So, in very simple terms, faith is imagination put into action. The entire gospel is a guide on how to imagine and believe in what you cannot yet see. And through that belief, bring it into being. You imagine your fulfillment. You believe it is already yours. You live from that inner reality, and the outer world reshapes itself accordingly. So now let's continue with the book. Was it not by the power of his own imagination that he endured? Truth depends upon the intensity of the imagination, not upon external facts. Facts are the fruit bearing witness of the use or misuse of the imagination. Man becomes what he imagines. He has a self-determined history. Imagination is the way, the truth, the life revealed. We cannot get hold of truth with the logical mind. Where the natural man of sense sees a bud, imagination sees a rose full blown. Truth cannot be encompassed by facts. So, truth depends upon the intensity of the imagination, not upon external facts. Meaning, what is true for you is not what the outer world shows you. Truth is born inside, through the intensity with which you imagine, feel, believe something. If you imagine something with real emotional intensity, not weak daydreaming, but deep conviction, it becomes true for you. So, in other words, reality follows intensity of your inner conviction, not external conditions. Facts are the fruit bearing witness of the use or misuse of the imagination. Facts are not truths. Facts are effects. They are the outward crystallization of how you have been using your imagination, either wisely or unwisely. If your world is full of lack, limitation, fear, it's not fate or bad luck. It's the unconscious use of imagination creating those facts. You planted seeds by imagining, either in faith or in fear, and facts are just the fruit. Man becomes what he imagines. He has a self-determined history. So, man is not a victim of fate. Man's life is not written by circumstances or by others. Man's life is self-created through the images he holds and persists in within himself. You are not born to a fixed destiny. You are born to create your destiny by choosing what you imagine to be true about yourself. Next, imagination is the way, the truth, the life revealed. So this is a direct mystical writing of John. I am the way, the truth, and the life. So Neville is saying it is imagination itself that is the way to live. The truth you must trust, and the life you must embody. Christ is not separate from you. Christ is your awakened imagination. We cannot get hold of truth with the logical mind. Logical thinking, rational planning, cold observations of facts cannot grasp truth. The rational mind will always be limited to what already exists. True transformation comes only through imagination, through faith in the unseen. The logical mind says, look, you are poor. Imagination says, feel yourself rich and you shall be. Which one creates your next experience? Imagination. It's always imagination. Where the natural man of sense sees a bud, imagination sees a rose full blown. So ordinary people perception sees only what is, a tiny bud. Imagination, on the other hand, sees what can be, a magnificent full blooming rose. To live spiritually is to live by the vision of imagination, not by the appearances of the senses. You see potential fulfilled even when only the smallest seed is visible. Truth cannot be encompassed by facts. So, truth is bigger than facts. Facts are temporary, changeable, small snapshots. Truth is eternal, rooted in the creative imagination of man. Today's fact can completely vanish tomorrow if you change your inner assumption. The truth that you are a divine creator never changes. So, the deep meaning. Truth is intensity of imagination, meaning not external reality but inner conviction creates life. Facts equal fruit. Your outer world is a product of your imagination's seed. Man creates his own history. Life is self-made through assumptions, not destiny. Imagination equal Christ within. So imagination is the real way, truth and life. Logic can't grasp truth. Only faith and imagination reveal true reality. See beyond the appearances. See not just what is, but what can be. True faith. Truth is larger than facts. Facts are small and changing. Truth is eternal imagination. So, remember, you're always creating whether you know it or not. You are free to imagine yourself into a greater life at any moment. Facts don't matter. Your inner faith and vision matter. Imagination is God in action. Live by imagination, not by what your eyes tell you.